Have you ever finished a walk, the kind everyone says is the best exercise, only to feel your legs dragging behind you like weights? That heaviness, that dull ache, that sense that your body is working harder than it should just to stay upright. Maybe you sit down after a long day and notice your ankles look puffy. Maybe you wake up in the morning and the first few steps feel like you're walking through sand. Maybe you do everything right. You walk, you stretch, you try to stay active, and still you feel like your legs just don't cooperate the way they used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of older adults feel that same disconnect every day. And here's the truth. It is not your fault. For decades, we've been told that walking alone is the gold standard of healthy
But
aging.
walking doesn't
Doctors say
strengthen
it.
every muscle you
Trainers
need
say
to
it.
stay steady
Even
and
wellness
energetic.
magazines
There's
say
a
it.
hidden system
And
in your
yes,
legs guiding how
walking is wonderful. It keeps the heart strong, the lungs clear, the mind calm. But what no one tells you is that walking does not strengthen every muscle you need to stay steady, energetic, and free of fatigue. There's a hidden system inside your legs that plays a massive role in how you walk, how you balance, and even how you feel throughout the day. And if that system falls asleep, as it often does after age 60, you can walk for miles and still feel like something's missing. Deep beneath the surface of your lower leg lies a muscle most people never think about. It's called the soleus. It sits under the larger, more visible calf muscle, the gastrocnemius, and it has one job that's absolutely vital: to pump blood and fluid back up toward your heart. Scientists and cardiologists now call the soleus the second heart, because when it contracts, it helps your circulation fight gravity. It pushes blood out of the lower legs, prevents swelling, and sends oxygen-rich blood back to your core. But here's the problem. As we get older, we sit more. We move less on our toes. Our steps get shorter, our ankles stiffer, and slowly, quietly, this incredible muscle goes to sleep. You don't notice it at first. You just start feeling a little more tired. Your legs feel heavier than they used to. And your balance, something you once never had to think about, becomes something you suddenly do. But the good news? This muscle can wake up. And when it does, it can change how you feel from the ground up. Today, I'll guide you through 3 simple, gentle exercises you can do right at home. No gym, no equipment, no pressure. Each takes only a few minutes, but together they reactivate the second heart and train your body to stand, move, and balance with renewed strength. You'll begin in a chair, progress to standing, and finally learn to engage the deep stabilizers that control your balance every second you move. Stick with me until the end, because each step builds on the last. When we're done, you won't just feel stronger, you'll feel alive from the ground up. Let's begin with the foundation. This movement is gentle but powerful. It teaches your second heart to pump again. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor and your knees bent at 90 degrees. Rest your hands on your knees or use 2 small water bottles for a little resistance. Now press the balls of your feet into the floor and slowly lift your heels up as high as you can. You should feel a squeeze deep in the lower part of your calf. Hold it for a second or two. Then lower your heels back down slowly with control. Don't drop them. Ease them down like you're placing something delicate on a shelf. Repeat this movement 10 to 15 times. Breathe naturally, relax your shoulders. It doesn't look like much from the outside, but inside something incredible is happening. Your soleus is waking up. Your blood flow is restarting its upward journey, and your nervous system is reconnecting to a muscle that might have been asleep for years. Over time, this simple move helps reduce swelling, fatigue, and that heavy feeling in the legs that many people mistake for aging. In reality, it's just disuse. When you bring circulation back to life, everything changes. You feel lighter, more stable, more grounded. If you notice any sharp pain, stop and consult your doctor, especially if you've had a recent blood clot or severe varicose veins. Otherwise, this movement is gentle enough to do every day, morning and evening. Think of it as a wake-up call to your entire lower body, because when the soleus fires up, everything above it begins to work better too. In those few minutes, you activated a muscle that acts like a built-in engine. It doesn't just support movement, it supports life. Your circulation, your energy, and your sense of stability all start here. So if you begin to feel a little tingle in your calves or a gentle warmth through your legs, that's your body saying thank you. You've given it a reason to wake up again. Now let's take that power into the real world. Standing. Find a solid surface like a kitchen countertop or a heavy chair. Stand facing it with both hands resting lightly for support. Your feet should be hip-width apart, toes forward. Now shift your weight slightly toward the balls of your feet. Lift both heels slowly up as high as you comfortably can. Pause for a moment. Feel the muscles of your calves tighten and hold you steady. Then lower your heels back down with control. Repeat 10 to 15 times. This isn't just a muscle exercise, it's a balance exercise. Each time you rise and lower, your body is learning to stabilize itself. Tiny muscles in your feet, ankles, and hips start talking to your brain again through nerve endings called proprioceptors. They send real-time messages that tell your body where it is in space. As those signals strengthen, your balance improves naturally. This movement also drains stagnant fluids from your legs and encourages healthy blood flow. Done in the evening, it's a beautiful way to reset your circulation before sleep. If you've ever felt that your legs don't respond like they used to, this is how you retrain them. Slowly, intentionally, patiently. Don't rush. Don't force. Balance is built through consistency, not speed. Do it once in the morning to wake your legs up and once in the evening to release tension. Each time you're reminding yourself, I am not fragile. I am rebuilding from the ground up. What's happening here is a beautiful collaboration between your muscles and your mind. Walking uses these muscles only partially, but this exercise takes them through their full range, activating the entire chain of balance: ankles, knees, hips, and core. It builds resilient, long-lasting strength and rewires your nervous system to respond faster when you start to wobble. Over time, you'll notice you don't grab the wall as often. You won't need to brace yourself on the counter. You'll just stand and trust your legs again. And that's not just physical strength. That's confidence. That's freedom. Now for the final move, the most important one of all. This one teaches your body to stay steady when life moves around you. Stand behind a chair or countertop. Rest your hands lightly for support. Shift your weight onto your right foot and lift your left foot an inch off the ground behind you. Now bend your right knee slightly. Not a deep squat, just a soft bend. From this position, slowly raise your right heel up, pause at the top, then lower back down under control. Do this 8 to 12 times per leg. When your knee is bent, the outer calf muscle relaxes and the deep soleus takes over. That's where your true stability lives. This muscle doesn't bulge. It doesn't burn like the big calf. It works quietly, tirelessly, and deeply. It's the reason some elders in Japan, who do movements like this daily, can walk into their 90s with no cane, no walker, and a posture that radiates youth. As you perform this movement, breathe slowly. Focus on how your foot presses into the floor. Feel the micro adjustments in your ankle. That's balance in action. Over time, you'll train your brain and muscles to respond instinctively to imbalance. You'll catch yourself before you stumble. You'll move with quiet confidence again. If you struggle to balance on one foot, keep both down and start small. Even partial movement reawakens that connection. This is how you teach your body to trust itself again. These three movements, seated, standing, and bent knee, work like a ladder for your nervous system. You start from stillness, you build through motion, and you end with control. The beauty is in their simplicity. In just 15 minutes a day, you retrain your circulation, your posture, and your coordination. You're not chasing fitness, you're building function. Most people over 60 don't need extreme exercise, they need smart exercise. The kind that respects the body's natural design and reignites the systems that keep you strong and stable. These three movements do exactly that. Think about it. You've just done something powerful. You didn't use weights, you didn't need a gym, you didn't even leave your house, but you've activated your second heart, retrained your brain to trust your body, and set off a quiet chain reaction of health from your toes to your core. That's not just exercise, that's self-respect. That's reclaiming control over how you age. And it's the opposite of what most people believe aging feels like. You're not meant to decline, you're meant to adapt. And when you move with awareness and intention, your body responds beautifully. Starting today, notice the small things. How standing up from a chair feels easier. How your walk feels lighter. How your energy doesn't fade as quickly. These are the first signs of balance returning, literally and metaphorically. You're reprogramming decades of habit, teaching your muscles to communicate again, and giving your heart, both of them, the support they need. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Because every time you do these movements, you're not just exercising your body, you're rewriting what aging means for you. This is strength with wisdom, movement with meaning, health with purpose. If you felt even a small shift today, a spark of strength, a moment of calm, I want you to share it in the comments below. Type the words, "second heart activated." Not just for me, for every other person out there who needs to know it's possible. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're not done growing stronger. We're building a community of people who move with intention, age with courage, and live with joy. Join us, because together we prove that the body doesn't give up. It adapts. And that aging is not a sentence. It's a season of rediscovery. Your journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning of a new rhythm, one rooted in awareness, strength, and grace. So take these movements with you. Do them while watching TV, waiting for the kettle to boil, or during your morning routine. Each repetition is a small vote for your independence, your confidence, your health. Remember, you're not losing power. You're learning how to use it differently. Your second heart is awake now. Keep it that way. Stay steady, stay strong, and keep moving, because your best years aren't behind you. They're right here, and they start the moment you stand tall again.